You know, when that James Harden trade happened, I thought about making a video about it during that time when it first happened. And seeing and listening to other people's reactions and hearing what everybody was saying at the time, of course, many saying that, well, the 76ers really didn't get much in return in this trade. They didn't really do much to better the situation and this and that. Many people, of course, saying many things about the 76ers team, but they knew what they were doing. Because what we're seeing now from Tyrese Maxey is the reason I feel like is why the 76ers went out and got great role players on this team instead of trying to just automatically get another star player, because they knew the talent that Tyrese Maxey possessed. And when you see what he's doing this year, each year of his NBA career, it's been a very, very good gradual process in his game. And this year alone, he's averaging 25.9 points per game, 5 rebounds, 7.5 assists, which is something that many people have been talking about with him for the longest time, of him being able to be a great playmaker. He's showing that right now. And ever since that James Harden's trade, they pretty much given the keys to Tyrese Maxey, and well, he's ran it with it. The 76ers are now on an 8-game winning streak. I mean, for crying out loud, the first game of the year when they played against the Milwaukee Bucks, they only lost that game by 1 point. So really, in reality, they could have been undefeated all year long so far. Of course, we all know Joel Embiid is still playing like the best player in the league, scoring the ball very well at 31 points a game, leading the league in scoring right now. Not to mention the play of Tobias Harris has been really good, and obviously sitting out prayers to Kelly Oubre, and that was a big loss for them, but he was playing really well throughout the season, starting off as well. But looking at what Tyrese Maxey is doing right now for the 76ers team is just something, honestly, I saw coming with time, because I've seen Tyrese Maxey play, and this guy, he's just a very talented offensive player. He's a 3-level scorer. He's a great slasher. He can finish around the rim. He's not the greatest, but he's still really good at it. He's crafty. And not to mention, he's one of the fastest players in the league, and he's one of the best catch-and-shoot players in the league. And he's very efficient from the field as well. And, when guys like Joel Embiid tell him, when he was a rookie, I believe that they see a lot of potential in him, that gave him the confidence in his game to continue to grow and get better each year. So the 76ers, they pretty much betted this trade, in my opinion, on Tyrese Maxey. The thing is, they could possibly still go out and even get another player if they wanted to, if they wanted to get another guy. But this team right now, looking at the ways the roster is constructed and set up, looking at Nick Nurse and seeing what he's been able to do this year really for the 76ers team as well, they're really heading towards the right direction. Tyrese Maxey this year is just playing out of this world, and he's playing like someone that deserves to be in that conversation as well as one of the best young and upcoming players in the NBA. It's like Maxey was what Joel Embiid really needed all along. Joel Embiid, let's be real, he's during this process of the 76ers team and what all they've been through over these years, man, the Markelle Fultz experience, the Ben Simmons experiment. I mean, for crying out loud, when they had Nerlens Noel, they had all these different players they drafted over the years, contending and trying to compete on this team, but all of them failed. And now looking at what Maxey is providing, even though the season is still young and still so much more to happen, he's already showing that he's the perfect fit for a guy like Joel Embiid, and this is really what's going to possibly save Joel Embiid even from possibly leaving the Philadelphia 76ers is the emergence of Tyrese Maxey. At this moment, they are the best team in the Eastern Conference, and they've beaten some of the best teams already as well in the Eastern Conference, including the Boston Celtics. Granted, it's still early, but let's look as well at the Clippers right now after this trade for them. James Harden was causing all the drama and stuff like that for the 76ers. And now, unfortunately for the Clippers, they're 0-4 with Harden playing. But, let's be fair, they still have a lot of time to possibly figure out things and get back on the right track, hopefully, because that team just really, everybody needs to know their role for them to win. But 76ers everybody was saying before, man, they just got robbed. They barely got nothing in this trade for, Harden trade and everything. But the 76ers knew exactly, as I said before, what they were doing, and adding depth to this team is what they needed, with two guys that are talented like Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid, who are pretty much the cornerstone pieces right now of this franchise. And the great part about Maxey, he's 23 years old. He just turned 23 years old, and he's still growing, and we don't know yet how good he can possibly become because he's still, as I said, young. The great thing about it as well, he can play off ball. I know this is so random of me saying this right now, but he doesn't always need the ball in his hands as well to be a dominant player, because like I said before, he's really well known as well for being a great catch and shoot player as well. Not really terrible, of course, really on the defensive end. He can not be bad on that end at times as well. But overall, just looking at the potential and seeing what all has transpired so far during this NBA season, the 76ers look like a team that can definitely be on the right track. Now, granted, they don't have the level of talent like a team like the Boston Celtics does, or a team like the Milwaukee Bucks does on paper. But what they have been able to show now, that especially with all the trade that has happened, everybody's just seemed to fit into their system already perfectly. And let's not forget, Robert Covington used to play for the 76ers a while ago. So, this is just him going right back into it again. But just seeing, this all happen after that situation with James Harden for the 76ers team is a big plus. And knowing that there's a chance, of course, that Joel Embiid doesn't leave and he stays on the 76ers team, I believe a lot of that, of course, has to do with the development of Tyrese Maxey. The guy, of course, as you all know tonight, had a 50-point game on 20 of 32 from the field, an efficient 50-point game, and a win on top of that. I mean, this 76ers team, man, they're looking really good so far. It's still a long season ahead of us, so I don't really know what all can happen. There's still so much that can possibly happen, so I can't really say a whole lot. But I hope you guys enjoyed this brief video today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more basketball content each and every single week. Have a great day. Peace.